let's talk about this Trey Lance, Brandon Aiyuk connection. They're close. They work out together in the offseason. They had a good game together against Houston. I think a lot of people thought the reason Aiyuk was sort of had like a step back, not really a sophomore slump, but at least a step back as a sophomore, was Jimmy's fault. That they just didn't really have a connection. Once Trey comes in, Aiyuk's going off. And now with Debo out, I was sort of expecting Aiyuk to really be the focal point of these practices. And so far, he's caught 3 passes in 2 practices from Lance, which is surprising. He got 4 targets today, caught 1 of them. And there was another, I thought the first play in 11 on 11s was basically a play action shot to Aiyuk, and Trey Lance didn't want it and checked it down. Maybe he was wrong. But for whatever reason, they're not on the same page yet. What do you see from Aiyuk?
To me, he just looks like a guy who, well, first of all, it's always hard to gauge because some guys wear very little clothes. They wear just their jersey and everything's real tight. Other guys baggy everything up. And he kind of had a lot of clothes on today, looking to maybe break a sweat. Yeah. Usually that's a message. The guys are trying to sweat off a few extra pounds or they're trying to get in better shape. And sometimes in hot weather, they'll bulk up so they sweat. So they work up that much more of a sweat. That's what it looked like to me. But I don't really have any concern about Aiyuk other than, does he have a drive to be great, or is he just content to be pretty good? Because he's got he's got enough talent, Grant, where if he just wants to coast, he can be pretty good just on the talent he has. But if he has that drive to be great, then we're going to see him get better. And the players that have a drive to be great, I'll give you one we saw today, Talanoa Hufanga. He's got a drive to be great. So every time you see Hufanga, he's better. He was better in November than he was in October. He was better in the playoffs than he was in November. He looked better today than he did in the playoffs. He's just one of those guys that's going to continue to get better. So that's what separates the good from the great. I don't know if Aiyuk's going to be great. Right now, he looks like a guy with a ton of talent who's got a good rapport with Trey, but he's also kind of, I think, underachieved to this point in his career.
I don't know if he has the drive. And I'm not saying he does it. All I'm saying is he hasn't proven it yet. And I know what it looks like. Because you know who has it? Debo. I saw it. Debo had it last year. That's what it looks like. Debo, when he's engaged, which was last year and maybe this year, is one of the most impressive competitors I've ever seen. He is a Jerry Rice, Stephen Curry level competitor. He's amazing. I don't see that from Brandon Aiyuk. Like today, Debo Samuel's the kind of guy that anytime he's on the field, practice or whatever, he needs to prove he's the best player out there. Brandon isn't like that. Brandon was just one of the guys today, and he should be the guy in these practices. He should be the guy, and he wasn't today. He wasn't last week. And what I see from him, it's not that he doesn't. One, I don't think he's the competitor that Debo is, and 2, he works hard, but his body totally changed from year 1 to year 2. He was leaner as a rookie. Now he's really muscle bound. He's very strong. He clearly lifts a lot of weights, but I don't think it's made him faster. I don't think it's made him more explosive. I think it's taken some quick twitch away, and I think he might want to consider losing 5 to 10 pounds of muscle. That's what I would think, but I don't know.
I would just put it in the category of I always feel like don't make negative impact in as far as minicamp, because you know what, minicamp, there's not a game for a long time, and some guys walk around ready to play, some guys get ready to play. Does it matter week 1 if you got ready to play or if you were ready to play all year? It does not. So I give these guys a huge wide berth because I thought we saw him I thought he really did improve a ton at the end of last year. And I believe that him and Trey have a good chemistry, and I believe they're doing the reps. So I'll say this. I expect to see an explosive, lean, mean, dominating type receiver from Brandon Aiyuk in July. And if we don't see it then I'll concern myself. I'm not going to get too distressed with guys running around.
You're right. I just wanted to say I expected to see it now.
Yeah,
we're not seeing it now. But as you pointed out, it's okay. We'd like to see it in July and August. And again, maybe Brandon gets there by December, January. But come on, man. This is year 3.
This is his year. This is his year.
You have an opportunity to get a crazy contract in like 12 months or less. So come on, man. These practices matter. They do.
And they get and believe me, they've got a deep receiver group this year. Ray McLeod, I think, is going to catch balls. Danny Gray is going to make this team. He's a vertical threat. I was very impressed today with big play Tay Martin, who, he's lean, but he doesn't run a great 40 times, so you question some of the deep speed. But man, as far as just quickness in and out of breaks and pluck with your hands and catch it in the crowd, and he looked good. His movements were precise. He came down with a couple different balls in a crowd. He wore 83 today. I really like what I saw to Tay Martin.